Hello friends, welcome to my channel Katha Manthan. Today I am going to tell you an ICSE short story, Quality, written by Galsworthy. Introduction of the story. In the narrative story Quality, published in 1912, Galsworthy, a German master craftsman, effort to survive in an era where success is determined by advertisement, not by work. As Mr. Gessler lamented in German Ascent. Galsworthy himself commented about Gessler, "I will say that for him, not a man in London made a better boot." The story focuses on the bitter struggle for existence of Gessler brothers in the days of competition and advertisement, from which they shy away because of paucity of resources as well as old-fashioned ideals. They value their customers and try to satisfy them by all means. Best quality leathers are used and skilled finishing gives their leather works a perfect finish. On the other hand, however unskilled the other shoemakers may be, they prosper by compromising quality with principle. Plot of the story. The story has a plot which can be divided into three segments. Beginning. Old-fashioned shoemakers as Gessler brothers are using top quality leather and uncompromising craftsmanship. Middle. Unable to face stiff competition, they shrink their shops and business and land into hand-to-mouth situation. Ending. Death of elder Gessler followed by the death of the younger Gessler. As the beginning of the story, the narrator gives his long acquaintance with the Gessler brothers since his early boyhood. The narrator certifies that they never compromise on the quality of leather and the associated craftsmanship. Best quality leather is given and the fittings of the boots completely satisfies their customers. The Gessler brothers consider work as worship and are averse of advertisement or quality compromise. Hence, they are losing out of competition. They survive on frugal meals and their shop is reduced in size. Death of the elder brother is followed by the younger Gessler, heartbroken on account of starvation and poverty. The form of the story is tragic in nature and explores the harsh realities of life faced by the poor workers during the period of Industrial Revolution. Theme of the story. Any work done well with good quality raw materials, superb craftsmanship and care has its own reward, though it may not fetch material gain or prosperity in return. The job satisfaction is a unique feeling and the Gessler brother, half-fed, relishes on this satisfaction. The story is about Mr. Gessler and his elder brother, who gives full value worth to the customer by not compromising on leather quality and craftsmanship. Both the brothers are old-fashioned and are allergic to advertisement and propaganda. Such a class of dedication is extinct from the world and so Gessler suffers from materialistic shortages. Gesslers are so averse to advertisement that they don't even put a signboard for the shop. Mr. Gessler is in belief that quality of his craftsmanship would itself speak for him and remain contented with his limited but satisfied customers. The elder Gessler dies in poverty, so does he, heartbroken and starved to death. His shop is taken over soon by an enterprising businessman with resources. Summary of the story. The narrator's acquaintance with Gessler brothers dates back to his childhood, when his father used to send him to fetch his shoes made by Gesslers at a roadside shoe shop in the West End, London. The shop was run by two Gessler brothers and the younger Gessler is the lead character of the story. The shop was actually two, merged into one, with a small boat tucked above the window and a pair of exotic shoes on the display at the window. Quality. Honest and moralistic as they were, Geslers never used inferior quality leather for their shoes and ham-handed craftsmanship. They made their shoes with utmost care, patience and craftsmanship of an artist. Therefore, shopping at Gesler Brothers was an experience altogether different. For them, work was like worship and their shop a place of worship, where the Geslers would observe and analyze the person giving order for new shoes for considerable time, so that the finished products, the finished shoes, never give any discomfort after wearing. Narrators complain. Particularly proud his bootmaking ability and the resultant products. Gesler's reaction to any complaint was disbelief, mixed with intolerance. Once the narrator pointed out problems in the boot Gesler made for him. It was too much for him to digest. He argued that the narrator might have been careless in handing the pair of boots or soaked it in water. He suggested that the shoes be brought back to him and even offered money back. After being abroad for about a year, the narrator returned and consequently paid a visit to Gesler Brothers. Gesler Jr. sadly told him about the death of his elder brother. The shop was now almost halved in size. In about a week's time, the narrator paid a visit for the second time. He was astonished to find an Englishman occupying the place, who welcomed him and informed that, heartbroken and starved, the younger Gesler had also breathed his last. The Englishman took over the shop. The Englishman opined that Geslers had to die of starvation because they both were orthodox and traditional to face stiff competition of times. So friends, let's discuss few question answers regarding the subject. How did the Gesler brothers carry on their falling business? Why did they face starvation despite the fine quality of shoes made by them? In the backdrop of Industrial Revolution, when big machines, big investment, mass production, huge advertisement rendered the individual artisan, small manufacturers jobless and perished, the Gesler brothers did not mend the method of trade. Totally averse to cheap propaganda, though advertisements and publicity and use of inferior raw materials and profit-oriented production operations, the Gesler brothers continued to use best quality leathers, research on needs of the customer, handcrafted shoes and boots, customs made to the utmost satisfaction of their clients, time-consuming production process and strict quality control and even quick refund in case of manufacturing problems were their USP, which later on became their shortcoming and disqualification due to changes brought in by the Industrial Revolution. Diligent and conscious workers as they were, Gesler failed to see things, the writings on the wall and mend their ways. For them, the atelier was a place of worship, out came of which magnificent pairs of handmade shoes, very durable and long-lasting. Hence, customers were not required to visit the shop frequently, and this saved time of their clients. However, Industrial Revolution and the new concept of profit-oriented business started throttling them. Proud about their creations and hell-bent not to compromise on leather quality as well as the use of losing battle. Heartbroken at the loss of his portion of shop, his sanctum, sanctorum, and the senior Gesler succumbed to death, and the younger Gesler also followed his elder suit and died out of prolonged starvation. Inability to change and adapt a new situation has made many formidable species extinct from the face of the earth. and Gessler brothers were no exception, who fall prey to the changed situation brought about the Industrial Revolution and their resistance to adapt with the changed materialistic business environment. Thank you friends. Thank you for watching my channel Katha Manthan. For more information, please visit our website www.kathamanthan.com.